Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive deep?
Always ready.
Today it's all about sleep.
One of my favorite topics.
Yeah, you and everyone else, right? We all do it, or at least we all try to.
Right.
But seriously, how much do we actually know about sleep?
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Like we spend a third of our lives doing it.
Give or take.
Yeah,
Give or take.
some of us more, some of us less.
Right. But it's still a huge chunk of our lives. But do we really understand what's going on?
We're getting there. Science is uncovering more all the time,
Right.
and it's fascinating stuff.
It is fascinating stuff. Okay, so for this deep dive, you guys know how it works, right? You send in a bunch of research.
Awesome research.
Yes. And this time around, we're taking a look at some findings from the National Sleep Foundation of Mexico.
They do some great work.
They do. And they've got all these recommendations about how much sleep we need at different ages, from babies to grown-ups like us.
That's a pretty wide range, too.
Right. So we're going to unpack all that.
Like,
But it's more than just hours, though.
right. There's so much more to it than just how many hours you're logging, right?
Exactly.
Like, for example, did you know that going to bed after midnight, just like consistently going to bed super late,
Yeah.
is linked to a higher risk of cardiovascular disease?
It's true. And not just that, but
Yeah.
mood swings, weight gain,
Really?
it all ties in.
Okay, so that late night Netflix binge might not be the best idea.
Maybe not every night.
All right, so let's break it all down with the help of our expert. Let's talk about why sleep is so important and what happens when we don't get enough.
I'm ready.
So why don't you start us off?
Well, sleep is way more than just resting our bodies,
Yeah.
right? It's actually when a lot of crucial processes happen.
Like what? Give us the details.
Okay, so think about it. During sleep, our cells regenerate, muscles repair, our brains clear out waste products. All that gunk that builds up during the day?
Mental detox?
Exactly. It's like a power wash for your brain.
Okay, so you're saying I actually get smarter while I sleep.
Well, not exactly smarter, but your brain is definitely hard at work while you're out.
What else is going on in there?
Well, it's sorting through your memories, consolidating the important stuff, and getting rid of the rest. It's also regulating hormones, things like your appetite, your mood, even your stress response.
Wow, so it really is like a whole body tune-up.
It really is.
Okay, so we all know we need sleep, but how much are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Because I remember back in college,
Oh, yeah.
I could run on like 4 or 5 hours and feel fine.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that's not ideal.
Probably not sustainable long term.
Right. So what does the National Sleep Foundation of Mexico say?
Okay, so they've got these recommendations broken down by age, and it's interesting stuff. Like newborns, those tiny humans, they need a whopping 14 to 17 hours.
Wow. No wonder they're always sleeping.
Right. They're doing so much growing and developing, they need all the sleep they can get.
That makes sense.
Then as we get older, the need for sleep goes down a bit. So toddlers need around 11 to 14 hours.
Still a lot.
It is. And then for school-aged kids, it's about 9 to 11.
Okay, so what about us grown-ups?
Well, the interesting thing is, from young adulthood onwards, it pretty much stays consistent, 7 to 9 hours.
Really? I would have thought as we get older, we'd need less.
It seems logical, right? Like we don't have the same energy levels.
Right.
But even though we may slow down a bit, our bodies and minds still need that time for all those important processes we were talking about.
The repairs, the detox, the memory stuff.
Exactly. All that's still happening.
So even though we might not feel as tired as we did when we were younger,
Right.
we still need to prioritize those 7 to 9 hours.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I have to ask, do you actually get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night?
I try my best. It's not always easy, but I've definitely noticed a difference when I do.
Like how?
My focus is sharper, I have more energy, I'm less irritable. It's amazing what a good night's sleep can do.
So what about those of us who struggle to get enough sleep?
Yeah.
Because let's be real, life happens, right?
Oh, absolutely.
We've got work, we've got families, we've got stress, we've got deadlines.
And Netflix.
Right, and Netflix. So what are some practical tips for making sleep a priority, even when life is crazy?
Well, the first thing is consistency is key. Try going to bed and waking up around the same time each day.
Even on weekends?
Ideally, yes.
Oh, yeah.
It helps regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle, that circadian rhythm we talked about.
Right, the conductor of the orchestra.
Exactly. Keep that conductor happy.
Okay, what else?
Create a relaxing bedtime routine, something that signals to your body that it's time to wind down.
Like a warm bath.
A bath is great, or reading a book, listening to calming music, whatever works for you.
Definitely not scrolling through social media, right?
Probably not the best idea. The blue light from those screens can actually mess with your sleep.
Right, it suppresses melatonin.
Exactly. So ditch the screens at least an hour before bed if you can.
Okay, any other tips?
Make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool. Those things can make a big difference.
And I'm guessing caffeine and alcohol before bed are a no-no.
They can definitely interfere with sleep, especially alcohol.
Okay, so lots of great advice here. I'm already thinking about some changes I can make to my routine. This has been super insightful.
It's fascinating stuff, right?
It is, and it really makes you appreciate how important sleep is for our overall health and well-being.
It's not just about feeling rested, it's about giving our bodies and minds the time they need to do all those essential things.
The repairs, the detox, the memory consolidation, the whole shebang.
The whole shebang.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a thought. If you could design your ideal sleep schedule, knowing what you know now,
Ooh, I like this.
what would it look like? And more importantly, what's one small change you can make tonight to start moving towards that vision? Maybe it's setting a sleep reminder. Maybe it's putting your phone away an hour before bed. Maybe it's finally creating that calming bedtime routine you've been thinking about.
Small steps lead to big changes.
They do. So good night, everyone, and sweet dreams.
Sleep tight.